How's it going, everybody? Sue here. Welcome back to the channel. I'm so glad that you're here today. Thank you so very much for stopping by. It really does mean the world to me. And if it's your first time here, then hello and welcome. I hope you're going to enjoy what I'm doing on the channel. Okay, so today we're going to get to a band we've never done before. We're going to do X, and we're going to do their 1985 song, Wild Thing, which of course was a cover that was made very famous by the Trogs back in 1966. Although they weren't the original people who did the song. It was actually originally done by a group called the Wild Ones that came out in 1965. But we're going to check it out by X, and this should be an absolute ton of fun. Before we get going though, if you could all like the video and subscribe to my channel, it really does help me a ton. It's a bit of an algorithm thing, so when you do that, it helps me to grow. All right, here we go from 1985, X, and this is the official music video, I guess, and Wild Thing. You know, this is a fantastic song. It's one of these songs that I think kind of every young guitar player starts to play, and it's just done by so many different groups. And like I said, it was done originally by the Wild Ones, but in 1966, when the Trogs did it, it was a massive hit, and it was #1 all over the place. And there's just something that's kind of angsty, and it just sort of, every generation can kind of relate to this song, Wild Thing. And when they did it, it has a kind of a, when the X did it, it really has kind of a punk rock kind of feel with that searing kind of guitar. But the Trogs, when they did it in 1966, it really did kind of have that kind of proto-punk sort of sound, that garage kind of sound. So it really isn't that much different in a lot of ways, but they really amped it up here in X, because it really does have that sort of classic sort of punk rock sound. And X-teen is sounding really great singing this particular song. Anyway, it's an absolutely fabulous song. It's one of those songs that I have a hard time not liking, no matter who seems to do it, because it just always has that kind of angsty sort of edge, which I really like. All right, let's rewind this a wee bit. Very cool. Just with those searing kind of punk sounding guitars with that hard driving drum. Absolutely amazing. Anyway, this is a really cool song, and I really do like this band. I actually got to see them a couple of years ago, and they were kind of on their farewell sort of tour, I guess, and they were really great to see in concert. So if you guys have any other songs you'd like me to do by X, I'd be more than happy to check it out, because they are a kind of cool band, and they did so many different kinds of songs too. They kind of fit into this very punk rock or post-punk kind of category, but they also did some things that were kind of like a little bit more of an Americana kind of sound, or even a folk rock kind of sound. You just never knew what you were going to get from them, and they were a really kind of a cool band. Never really did make it in a really big mainstream kind of way, but you know, sometimes you just want to have a band like X that didn't quite make it into the mainstream and be a little bit more edgy when you're listening to some stuff. Anyway, if you'd like me to do more, like I said, put it down in the comments. And if you'd like to hear some of my other videos that I've done in the past, just appear at the end of the video and a couple will pop up. And if you're interested, you could check them out as well. They could be reviews of or reactions to various songs that I've done over the course of the channel. So here's kind of a little neat sort of fun fact about this song. It's actually written by a man named Chip Taylor, who was a singer and songwriter. And he also was the guy who wrote the song Angel of the Morning, that was made very popular by Mary Lee Rush and then later on by Juice Newton. And he actually is the brother of the actor Jon Voight, which makes him the uncle of Angelina Jolie. And I thought that was actually kind of cool. Okay, everybody, I think that wraps it up for the day. So everybody have a joyful day, and I will see you all again next time. Bye-bye.